Hello ladies and gentlemen, I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths. And a very special little video because this video is being made at the request of Florian Steimer, who, being a channel member of the highest, I was about to say status, its highest membership level, is the winner of this month's video raffle. By virtue of being the only entry, but that's beside the point. So, Florian Steimer has requested a video on deep water torpedoes with upwards angle frag guns that hit ships from beneath, so that's what this is. And much to my surprise, these work a lot better than I thought. I guess should have expected that, but here we are anyway. So, this is just a quick video showing off like the setup I've found that works with these things. So, firstly, you're going to want large torpedoes for this. I did have a go with medium sized ones. But those don't work too well because the fragments don't do enough damage. Once you get to something like, oh, I don't know, like 28,000 damage per frag, you're starting to get into good number damage territory. And so the whole idea of this is that it's heavy. So it's a deep water torpedo, so the whole point of the thing is that it sinks low in the water. That freaking leaf blow is annoying me. But the buoyancy is set to minimum. It has an APN guidance, so it doesn't just sink completely, so it can actually still drive itself towards this target. And then the fragments are set to, I find a 90-degree cone works well, and the elevation offset is set to 45 degrees. So the idea is these things are going to be rather sinky, so they hit things from beneath, and then they spray high damage fragments up into the soft, squishy underbelly of whatever it is they're shooting at. And this seems to work pretty dang well. So let us demonstrate that. Well, let's demonstrate that with the bulwark, because that's it's a pretty good showcase of why these things can work really well, because they are the natural predator of the buoyancy compartment, because they just poke holes in it. And can even rupture more than one at once if it's made of light materials, or if it's just heavily damaged. So, flap, bang, boom, bang, 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 bang. So hopefully we'll see now. Yep, so the bulwark is already starting to list a little bit, and I believe all it took was 2 volleys in a previous test to get it to roll over completely. Whoop, here we go again. Yep. There's a little bit of random luck, and I guess you could get similar results just with... that's also a great thing, is the frags can hit things above the waterline as well. I guess you could get similar results just with making these explosives as well. But there's something about poking holes in things with frags that just seems to work quite nicely. And she is going the sinky sink. She is sinking tremendously. And the split second the engines get taken out as well, the thing will just kind of sink as well. Also, basically the reason that this works is because the vast majority of surface vessels have pretty lousy armor on their underside, because honestly, what is going to come in and shoot things in the soft, squishy underbelly like that? Usually nothing. But this is also why supercavitation shells on a submarine is so good, because they just get in there and they do the squishy. You can see that these torpedoes are not doing so well when they hit the side armor, because that does have 2 layers. But hitting the underside, they just poke straight through it, although it does have 2 layers of material on the underside here, which is interesting. And you can see the difference just that makes. Where is it? It's over here, where it's just... Wait a minute. Where's it? Nope, that's 2 layers by the looks of it. Never mind, I was hoping to show some contrast, but I guess not. So, I'm not sure that these torpedoes are good as, like, your main armament, because they're only really good when hitting things from below. as you can probably expect, given, you know, the whole setup of them. So I don't think they're super good against submarines, and they're probably best launched from a submarine, actually, because, yeah, it's just, you know, they need to start low and stay low in order to do their best work. Thankfully, they do enough damage per frag in order to still make a mess of things. So that's very nice. I'll just show you the setup again, and show you all the settings on the missile before we finish with a demonstration of what happens when they get even bigger. So the torpedo propeller is set to basically match basically the duration and the lifetime match, as per usual. Fin, the signal processor 1 turn. That has default settings. APN with default settings. Ballast tank. Final buoyancy is very low, and each frag warhead is set to a cone angle of 90, frag elevation offset of 45, and they're all like that, and that's all very nice. Now let's play with the big boys, because these things are spectacular, and I believe I've talked in previous videos that once you get to large and huge missiles, fragments start to get significantly more powerful than HE, just because they reach so far, and their damage per fragment is ridiculous. This is does 136,028 damage per fragment. It has 57 of them. So this, when I tested these big boys on a stronghold, it managed to AI kill it, simply because, you know, it ripped the AI compartment to shreds, just bypassed all the frontal armor, and then did that. So let's spawn in the stronghold for this little test, because it's fun. And it's also interesting that how these huge torpedoes work. Decoys don't work very well against them because they're slow, which means that the split second they overshoot, they kind of head straight back for the ship anyway. That's actually a problem I encountered when I was first making the Stahl Slung Mark II, trying to put decoys on it against the stronghold, because those things are too slow and too stupid to fool, weirdly enough. So let's see if that happens here. I'm guessing not. These guys will go up here. They go wiggle, 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 wiggle. And oh, look at that! Look at that! They just bypassed that, so that's awesome. And these guys just make a huge mess, and as you can see, just bypassing all the armor layers there, as torpedoes do best. Those guys have gotten lost. Fare thee well. And then proceeded to take out what looks to be an ammo compartment and ruptured the engines. Which actually, since the stronghold uses props in order to be stable in the water and a little bit for altitude as well, it might do a big sink very soon. So yeah, that's basically. I call these things frag mine torpedoes because they're frag, and they kind of sneak underneath a ship, and they detonate much like mines. So I call these frag mine torpedoes. Not to say you can't, like I said, you can stick any warhead you like on this. I do like this kind of heavy buoyancy thing. I do like it. And you can see these guys are too big and too slow and too stupid to fool. And yep, right in the squishy underbelly, right there. Whee, and again. Well, no, that one missed. So, these things would probably be even better if you made them remote guided, because then they wouldn't be distracted, and they could prioritize... Oh my goodness, my phone's noisy. And they could prioritize clusters of blocks, or hot blocks. Jeez, these things would be freaking terrifying if you rigged them to shoot for engine compartments specifically. Okay, let's do one more volley. Let's see if... let's see, the AI compartment is... Where is the AI compartment? That is... Okay, there's an ammo compartment. Here's the... Well, there's batteries. Oh, here it is. Let's see if those little frags can do there. Go forth! I love how these huge torpedoes, when they go past each other, is like, hey, what's up? How's it going? Whee! So, alright, is that signal processor going to do what it's supposed to? And... Whoopsie daisy, how's your father? Splat! Okay, one more volley. And the great thing about these torpedoes poking holes in compartments like these is that as the thing gets lower and lower in the water, its sonar signature gets bigger and bigger, so these guys don't do as well. And that's why I actually don't use sonar decoys much these days at all, largely because, you know, just torpedo interceptors are kind of more reliable. It's more reliable to blow the torps up before they even get to you, because torpedoes are slow and you get to fire a lot of interceptors before they reach you. It's quite convenient. Certainly against something like the Stronghold. Actually, with large, huge torpedoes like that, it's better to just move faster than them. It's actually easier. So basically what I'm saying is make everything fly and the torpedoes aren't going to bother you again. Alright, are you going to take out the AI compartment? Nope, not quite. Oh, she's doing the big sink. Okay, you know what? I just want to see the Stronghold die now. I want to see the Stronghold die because it's fun. Also, I think the passive... Yep, I think all passive... Nope, never mind. Nope, there's one. There she is. That freaking leaf blower is annoying the hell out of me. Thankfully, the soothing sound of cram cannons is drowning it out a little bit. I love this cram sound mod. It's still great. Oh yeah, so apparently cram cannons are getting updated soon-ish. I think it's just the meshes of like cram barrels and stuff like that, but who knows? Oh yeah, also wonderful, wonderful thing that these fellas do is that because they I guess all torpedoes do this, really, but these guys especially, they tend to poke big holes in the underside of things, and then they take a trip straight into those big holes. That wasn't a very good example, but this guy is going straight in there, and yep, and just makes a big hole, and then that makes room for other torpedoes to go in, which is really nice. As we're gutted. Wow. I don't remember what was here before, but there's not much in there now. Look at her doing a big sink. Nice. These are very expensive, though. So, like I said, not the bane.
You think the depth is your ally? I was born in it. Molded by it. I have crafted torpedoes to swim in it.
What am I even doing? Okay, so, yeah, but they're great. I think these are great secondary weapons. So, like, wow, the Stronghold is just straight up sinking. Well, I said it was doing the big sink, and I was right, wasn't I? And so this is the problem. These guys are slightly less good at dealing with things that are... Although that torpedo, I think, there did wonderfully. Yep, so that's the power of frag mine torpedoes. It's just, the Stronghold's at like 83% health. But it's, all those cram cannons and all those APS are now kind of useless because, they're doing a swim. As you can see, they're not very good underwater. This is not a torpedo. Silly cramshell, you are not a torpedo. What are you doing? This video is perhaps about twice as long as it needs to be, but I just really like watching the Stronghold die. It's really fun. And now angle that away. Oh, wait. It's too low. Shorty got too low. Shorty's dying. Who's texting me? My goodness. Such a chaotic thing. So yeah. Frag mine torps. They're quite fun. Do recommend. Have a play with them if you haven't already. So, thank you Florian Steimer for suggesting this video talk, or requesting, I should say. It's not a suggestion. I gotta. And if you want to get involved in the monthly video raffle, bearing in mind that I take suggestions freely from everybody, and it's like, I'm not going to ignore you on principle if you don't do a channel membership thing, but it's the highest level Diamond Ball, which costs a lot of money, I know, but it can be worth it if you want to see videos especially for you every month or so. So, thank you very much, Florian, for requesting this, and thank you all so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you, like videos like this. Thank you to all my current supporters, and I will see you next time in From the Depths. Farewell.